our video about my breast cancer journey. This time we're going to be talking about the lumpectomy surgery. Okay, the surgery itself. So again, October 25, was our second meeting with my breast surgeon, again, who is Dr. Kiefer. That was the date when we both decided to choose lumpectomy. Okay, meaning he will just remove the malignant tumor, and then we'll take 4 samples of my lymph nodes near my armpit. So we decided to choose lumpectomy because Romel wants to see my breast. Anyway, we decided on that because he gave us the full explanation about the survival rate. Survival rate is the same according to him, and according to what we understand, survival rate is the same, except for that you're gonna be saving your breast. He will just remove the malignant tumor. So from then we found we decided, or he told us about the earliest appointment we could get, and we found out that it will be November 2. So October 25 and then November 2 will be my surgery. Of course, I was scared because my last surgery was when I gave birth to my youngest, Samantha. That was 2006, my cesarean section, and I'm scared of needles. I'm scared of the outcome, and I'm scared of everything. I'm always scared of everything when it comes to incisions, needles, medicines, because I'm not a medicine person. I don't drink medicine very often, and that's it. So November 2 was my surgery date for lumpectomy. Okay, so from there, it was early in the morning. It's really early in the morning, like 7:30. Was my check-in. I need to be at the hospital for my lumpectomy. And while going there, again, my emotional me, I was crying again, and of course my husband kept comforting. Everything will be okay, everything will be all right. I am just so scared. So he was there, and then they put me in they took us in my room, because he's gonna explain everything, because most of the part I'm not talking during that time. What happened?
Well,
From my
it's like any surgery. There's a preparation. That you have to do. So they brief you all that. There's just like any major surgery, you have to like a few hours from
A lot of
surgery.
preparation.
They give you this special soap that you have to shower with, because they have to
Oh
disinfect.
yeah, I forgot about that.
So they have to disinfect you. So you
Yeah.
have to pretty much you shower with the special soap, and then you make sure you
Sanitize everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so you use a special towel, and then the day of the surgery, early morning, you're gonna shower again with that special soap.
And yeah, and the diet too. Yeah,
And
I
then
forgot
there's
about
also
that.
pre-diet, just like I think it's pretty common for any major surgery. There, basically, you can't eat the night before, starting from the night before.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to take any solid foods.
No more solid food. So again, so her appointment, I think I had to drop her off like real early in the morning, like 5 a.m. or something. So, she got all this stuff, and we went in there. And the good thing about it is because of the nature of this thing that we're going through, cancer. So they let your better half, or they let me be there all the way to the point that they're gonna wheel her into the surgery. But yeah, so the preparation, I was there with her. They're gonna do a lot of stuff. And you'd be amazed how many doctors and nurses that come through, say, hey, I'm doctor this, I'm doing this. And then another one, hey, I'm nurse this, I'm doing this. So this long hours.
Yeah, I also remember it was, for me, I felt like my breast is tortured, because again, I'm scared of needles. Remember when they took me from my room, and then they took me at the MRI. They checked the spot first where they're gonna put the this needles. We call the dye. The dye should be. They have to make sure that those dyes. They're injecting those dyes because they put some 4 needles inside, and it's really a torture. I was really crying when Dr. Wong inserted those wires on my breast prior to surgery.
So what those are is, so they gotta make sure they open or remove in the right area, right?
And
so
they're targeting the lymph nodes.
They're gonna
right
put those
nodes.
wires around the thing,
The
tumor. So they're gonna put it around it. That's one process.
Connected
so they're
to the lymph nodes, the 4
Right.
lymph nodes.
And then they're also gonna inject dyes or color stuff. So it'll let the color runs through her lymph nodes. And so during the operation, they know
Which samples
which
are they?
lymph nodes are in danger or that could take the cancer
Yeah, they're gonna
by
pick
seeing
samples.
which lymph nodes are took the color or whatever.
So again, they put 4 wires inside my breast prior to surgery, and then after that breast MRI, they inserted the 4 wires. Then after that, it's another torture for me because after those wires have been inserted inside my breast, they took me to the mammogram area. So what they did another mammogram just to make sure that those wires are in place. So imagine that torture, those wires are there inside your breast, and then the mammogram.
I think that's the point. That's the point that I'm no longer with you.
You were not, yeah.
So again, let's talk about when she was in the preparation room. They do a lot of check her blood pressure, blah blah blah. She's laying down, and they can say, okay, we're gonna put you to sleep.
And then they asked me initially what type of tolerance, what's your pain tolerance?
Right, and that's probably another lesson learned. So, in the process, the nurse will ask you what's your pain tolerance between 1 to 10. And I think she said 2, -1, or 1 or whatever. She said
No, I didn't say that. I told her I'm scared of pain.
Right.
So what kind of pain are you talking about? Because it depends
so
on
she basically told him that
I don't know.
I don't like pain at all. She can't talk.
So the nurse
But that's
said,
also, without knowing, that's a bad thing. That can be a bad thing also. And I explain that later. So anyway, it's a long few hours process, and then until like the anesthesiologist, whatever, came in and said, all right, this is it. I'm gonna inject something. I'm gonna put you to sleep. So I gave her a kiss, and matter of fact, I took a selfie. And then she was still awake, but
I don't know
come find out, she don't remember any of that. She don't remember me kissing her or whatever. And then I was able to take a selfie, and before you know it, they wheeled her out. That's it. So the good thing about, I guess, the technology. So I agreed to receive text messages updates. So at that time, I was still, kind of working, and my office is like less than 5 minutes away. So I can from there, once they wheel her into the thing, and I was able to go back to work, and I continue working, and I'm getting text messages throughout the process. So they tell me, okay, now we're getting ready for procedure and so on. And then before you know it, like, okay, we're cutting her open, and then say, okay, just throughout the process. They even tell me like, okay, the procedure's done, we're closing her up now. And then she's all done. Now she's on the recovery process and so on. And then they tell you when to come in to be there, because throughout the process, after the process, the doctor will talk to me.
The scary part was, he was very aggressive on those text messages, because you also forward those to my family.
Oh yeah.
You were, he was very proactive during that time, and then, that very last minute.
Let me explain what happened. So again, right away, I was like, instead of updating every many individual people, I just say I'll make a group, like a family group and friends, right? So every time I get a text, I just snapshot it. I send it. That way people, they're kind of updated. And if I have any pictures, I send it. So the doctor said, go ahead and do your work, whatever, and all that. And then at one point,
they were calling you.
Somebody was calling me, but I was in a meeting. In the meeting, I can't answer the call.
You're not familiar with the...
Well, I didn't answer just because I was in a meeting.
Oh, you were in a meeting.
And then finally, fast forward when I'm finally back in the hospital.
My oxygen level.
The surgeon talked to me and said, well, everything went well except, and then during the recovery, her oxygen level went down. So meaning
it went down to 35.
I don't know exactly what that means. She's not breathing, or there's just not oxygen. She's breathing.
I was conscious. I was breathing, but they kept telling me that my oxygen level went down.
But she's in danger because her oxygen level. For some of you probably know that.
It's 35.
So they were trying to figure out what went wrong, because I guess it's really emergency.
They kept injecting some.
They were trying to do all kinds of stuff to get her to the right level.
They're all panicking actually, and I was like, okay, what's going on?
Right.
I'm conscious.
And that's the scary part. It's probably a good thing I didn't take the call, because
you're gonna panic.
I would have panicked too. Basically, like, why would you call me if it's not that serious? So they were trying to call me.
Because normally they text you, but that time they did.
But they're calling me just to tell me that, hey, the oxygen level went down, and I don't know, I probably would have.
Yeah, what I clearly remember is the nurse just kept instructing me to breathe in. She's coaching me how to breathe in and out. She said breathe in and breathe out. He said breathe in your mouth and then exhale through your nose. She's coaching me on how to do it, and then at the same time they're injecting something on my IV, and then in between she's telling me that I am hearing from the nurses that her oxygen level is going down. Did you call the husband? That's
right.
That's what I heard from them. So I don't know if I will panic or not, because I know that I am conscious.
Yeah, they're trying to call me, so I don't know. It's scary. I can't even imagine. So anyway,
yeah.
So I think what we found out, that has something to do with her pain tolerance.
Yeah, I think they.
So when she told the nurse that her pain tolerance is very low, what they do is
she assessed 1 to 2.
So they're gonna make up for that pain tolerance. So meaning they're gonna up the anesthesia. I'm not sure if I'm correct. So I think it has something to do with that, where they now, because she can't take pain, They
my
up-
organs are so relaxed.
they up her pain tolerance medicine, so now it relaxes everything and her organs or whatever. So now she's not breathing or pumping the way it's supposed to, because everything was just drugged up, right? So that was a lesson learned that I mentioned previously. Just make sure to be
Aware of your pain
aware.
tolerance.
They just
Don't let them decide.
well, no, it's not that. You gotta kind of understand if you're not sure. You can't just. I would say you can't overdo everything. Like, meaning, got it. You don't like pain, but are you really a number one, right? And are you really a number one, or can you be a 5? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a lesson learned here. Like, got it. Nobody likes pain, right? But I think by saying you have one pain tolerance, probably not a good thing, because now they're gonna compensate with drugs and everything.
Because
So
even
it's
when
not
you
a good
kissed
thing.
me the last day, when you kissed me before they took me to the operating room, I already don't know everything. Meaning it's the anesthesia
So
works
she was
so
knocked
fast.
out. And again, I think there's a lesson learned. to
Yeah,
be
last thing
taken
I
there.
remember, you stood up from where you were sitting,
That's it.
and then that's it. I didn't.
She
I
didn't know that I
remember
was still,
anything.
I managed to take selfie and all that. But again, I just want to. This is all kind of not really educational, but sharing some of the ups and downs and stuff. So lesson learned from there. Anytime you go through a surgery, a major surgery,
Know your tolerance,
just be-
pain tolerance.
just be honest and be real about some of those answers. Like, are you really a 1 pain tolerance? I mean, at some point I may even jokingly said, she's a -1. You know what I'm saying? But
So let's complain.
but because she can't take any pain, and who does, right? Nobody can take pain, especially when they're cutting you open or whatever. But be real. Are you a 5? Are you a 6? You know what I'm saying? So probably the lesson learned from that, maybe ask the right question. What does it mean when I said super low? What are you gonna do to me? Maybe you can ask those questions.
Actually, they asked me what my pain tolerance from 1 to 10.
Right.
Being
1 to
the
10.
10 is the highest and
Right.
1 is the lowest.
But we said
I said, what kind of pain? That's what I asked her.
right, and then she said 1. So
No, I
meaning
didn't say 1. I said, what kind of pain are you talking about?
right. But then
And
at
they
some
said,
point,
okay. I just told her.
they put
I was
in there.
scared.
I know they put 1 somewhere. There.
Yeah, because I
Because
told
she
her
said
I'm
I
just
can't
scared.
take anything, right? So
I'm scared of pain.
again, fast forward. So she was knocked out, and as a matter of fact, took a video where they took her, they wheeled her out, and that's pretty much it. And then when they finally texted me that, hey, we're done, you're gonna be in the recovery
It's
room.
just, actually, it's just an outpatient because
Yeah, she was
we
out
went
the same day.
home by 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
So after
We-
the surgery, they want to make sure that everything's going well, and then once she's better and stable, then they put her to. That's when they called me in.
Yeah, so we checked in at 7:30 and then we left the hospital at 5:30 in the afternoon. So that's where, that's the story about the lumpectomy thing.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, so
More to
thank you
follow.
for
The
watching.
process.
Thank you for watching. We're cutting the video part by part so you will not get, you will be able to
Break it down.
not break it down, but absorb everything. Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Try to watch the next video so you will be updated of what's going on with my journey about this breast cancer. Thank you.
Thank you.